Trenton 365 with Jacques Howard. Profiling the businesses, organizations, and people that make Trenton better.
And welcome to the Trenton 365 Show. I'm your host, Jacques Howard. You can send me an email, trenton365show@gmail.com. You can follow me on social media, Trenton365 on Instagram and also on Twitter, and the Facebook page is Trenton 365 Show. You can post your events to the Trenton 365 community calendar. You're listening over WIMG 1300, New Jersey's oldest radio station, and the four-time Stellar Award nominated station. And you're watching over WPHY, channel 25 in Mercer County, New Jersey, via the Verizon network. So I'm continuing this whole recent movement of music, original music and artists, etc. I've got in the studio, I've got Devontae, who's Vont, and then we've got Alphonso Jones.
Yes.
Right. So we've got, these two are in a band together called Cornbread, and that's when I met them both. Vont is actually going to be my intern for the upcoming school year, which I'm stoked about. And Alphonso is about to leave for college in a couple of weeks, but we wanted to talk to him about some of the things he's been doing, and also how these two, for lack of a better term, these two are the epitome of the talent that's here in this region. These
That's
two young men, you know what I'm saying? These two wonderful, handsome young men who are doing some amazing things right here in Trenton, defying all the odds and all the negativity that is sometimes shared about what's happening here in Trenton. So without any further ado, Vont and Alphonso, welcome to the Trenton 365 Show.
How you guys doing, man?
Thank you. Oh, fantastic. So first of all, this kind of came together rather quickly, so I appreciate you both for being here, one, and two, I appreciate, Vont, the efforts that you've been connecting with me to talk about how we're going to design what your internship is going to look like. So I'm stoked about that. So let's talk about, first of all, how do the two of you know each other?
Alphonso, well, he graduated, but we both went to Trenton High.
Yeah.
And we were both in the high school orchestra. And I came, because he's older than me, he was in the orchestra already. I came in and he played the drums and the bass while I played drums, and like I started like learning ropes off of him and somebody else, another one of the Cornbread members. And then we all, because of the orchestra, we all, like, the friendship started from there, and then that's kind of
back of the bus squad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we was. And then
the back of the bus squad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So both of you obviously have an appreciation for music. Where did that come from?
For me, music has really been passed down in my family. My uncle Frank, who's passed, he was a drummer. I have an uncle who sings, uncle who has played the bass before. Like, music is, we have a gene, you know what I'm saying? So when I was born, I was a drummer off the rip. I would play on pots and pans.
Nice.
And then I started learning how to play the piano for a little bit, and I still play the piano. And I picked up the bass in high school. I just always had like an intrigue for music. So it's really something that's been a part of my life forever. And I really don't know what I'd do without it.
And Vont, what about you?
My aunt and uncle from my dad's side, they're not like, they're professional, but they don't like me to use the term like choreographers. My uncle had a dance group in college, and so like just about all of my dad's side can dance. So like I'm always listening to them doing like different genres of music. They could like go from like Jay-Z to like any other like genre, any type of artist. It's amazing. And then I guess from that, I can somewhat dance, but I started picking up, like Alphonso said, like drums. I like was banging on the couches. And then like I started doing it professionally in school, and then I just started getting better and growing more and more of a passion for it.
So what made you want to start the band Cornbread, and who are the other members?
Honestly, it all came from just us realizing that we were a good group of guys, a good group of friends. We really liked each other, and we all shared a passion for music, and we all ended up playing an instrument that provided something that we could all play together. Because we was playing music in the orchestra, and we was playing music for the orchestra, but it was certain songs that like we wanted to play or that we found interest in wanted to play together. You know, and it kind of happened on accident. Like we would eat lunch together and then start playing and practicing or whatever, and then we realized we were good. So yeah, it's me, Devontae, Caesar, Lionel,
Kadir, Weimar, and Rafiq. Yeah, other members of Trent High.
Okay. And the first time that I saw you perform, it was at the
Pork Roll Festival.
At the Pork Roll Festival, yeah. And you guys were set up and you were just jamming together.
Yeah.
And I met Keith, who is, I guess, the teacher for you. Okay, guidance counselor. And he said, yeah, you ought to check these guys out. Yeah. Keith Wallace. He said, you guys might want to check. You might want to check these guys out and maybe have them on your show. So I sat there and I was listening, and then I had a conversation, I think, with each of you briefly, and there was something about how you all presented yourselves. Yeah. Like there's something critical about when someone looks you in the eyes and shakes your hand, and all of you did that, and then you started playing, and the music was nice, and I was like, okay, Keith, yeah, I want to follow up with these guys, and then later. Through Patrick Williams at Trenton Central High School before he left, he said, yeah, I've got someone who wants to be an intern, and then I reconnected with you there, and then we were talking. I'm like, this is like that synchronicity moment where it's like, hey, this has got to make sense. And then he brought you up over breakfast the other day, and then as we were leaving, you were coming. So I'm like, man, you can't get it any easier or better than this. So let's talk a bit about the education portion of it. Vont, you're still in high school, and Alphonso, you're in college. Let's start with you, Alphonso. Year. Talk about where you are, where you're going to school, and your major, etc.
I'm at St. Peter's University in Jersey City, majoring in business management. This will be my second year, and I'm very excited going after my degree.
Sweet.
I'm about to do my senior year at Trenton Central High School. I want to. You want me to talk about like what I want to do after high school, or just?
Yeah, well, what you're doing in high school now, and what you want to do in the future.
Well, I go to, because Trenton High is split up right now because we're not in a big building, but the building that I'm in, it specializes in like mass communication. It's the School of Communication. So I've taken photography class, videography class, and that's helped me because I do YouTube videos, and I'm in a film program outside of school, and we've done a short film with that. So I've used like the skills, and I'm the editor for my school's yearbook, so I've used the skills that I've learned from school to help further myself with that. And I want to go to school in college for mass communication, radio, TV, and film.
Great. So why don't you both share your contact information, your social media, because I'm always trying to connect people with other people, because that's how our networks grow, and that's how we become more diverse.
My YouTube channel is Vont Leak, VONTLEAK. My Twitter and Instagrams are at Vont Leak, and yeah.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. That's probably the best place to find all information about me, at TKPNOOK.
All right, TKPNOOK.
Yes.
And TKP Nook.
TKP Nook, yeah.
TKP Nook.
Yeah, it's like Nook is like my family nickname, so like I just threw that in there because like it's a part of me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want the people who follow me to be a part of knowing who I am.
All right, cool. So let's see if we can bump up how many people are following you both tonight. So TKPN Nook, and that's on all social media, Instagram and Twitter, and Vont, VONTLEAK, for you.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So we were talking, Vont, about nowadays young people have the opportunity and access to so much more technology than people my generation when I was your age, and you're using that, like you've got a vlog, you're making films, you do music, etc. How do you foresee that helping you after college or through college? I know you said you want to specialize in a degree in communication, etc., but how do you feel as though what you're doing now is going to help you in the near future?
Well, I feel like the fact that there are so many different outlets for today's generation, it helps. Like you said, you and Steve were talking last week, like I do YouTube videos. He cut me off after I said that and was like, you had to pay God knows how much for a cassette back in the day. So the fact that I'm able to use YouTube and whatever other outlets there are to practice my art and film, I feel like that helps. And I know by the time I'm you guys' age, it's gonna help me. So there's gonna be 10,000 more outlets and stuff. Like Fonz does, he makes his own music and puts it on a SoundCloud, which like I don't understand how we would have how we would have survived to do whatever the heck we wanted to do back when we were limited to
have to do the old school grind.
Yeah,
you know, walk the street and sell your CDs.
Yeah,
you know. But like now, like he said, I make my own music. I upload it on SoundCloud, Apple Music, Spotify. We're in the Google Play Store, Amazon. So yeah. I'm sorry, I just blinked.
No, but yeah,
like technology.
Oh yeah. Like it definitely helps with what I want to do, and it kind of expedites the process as well because it puts you in play with as big as artists as you hear on the radio. So just as easy as somebody could find their song, they could find your song as well.
And the fact that you do it all on your own, you don't have to like wait on other people. You don't have to run on anybody else's clock. You could put out like your own process as slow or as fast as you want it to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, I want you to talk about something that you mentioned, both of you earlier, was the different genres of music that was just around you. And I like to ask musicians this: what is the importance, or what do you feel is the importance of listening to lots of different music?
I feel like when you listen to lots of different music, it helps you develop the type of musician that you are for yourself, because you know what you like to hear, and you know, like, basically, I like to call it a pocket. Like, you know how you like to put like your certain inflections or your different tonalities on a song that makes you different from the next player, because two people who pick up the same instrument aren't going to play it the exact same way, right. And if they do, then it's not interesting, you know. So when you listen to a whole bunch of different music, it allows you to pick the parts that you like and combine them and then put it into and make what you love. And I could compare that to myself because I listen to a whole bunch of different music, and that helps with songwriting, that helps with production, that helps with all elements of making the music. That's
kind of how we branched off and did Cornbread, because our orchestra, we play like a variation of music. We play like a Michael Jackson, like Temptations, but then we play like contemporary like ballads and stuff, and even like pop songs. We did like contemporary ballad versions of that, and we took a couple songs that are like on the radio today. We put our own little twist on them, like how like we did Location. We do like a slower version of Redbone by Childish Gambino. We do all that, and I mean we play Cornbread like what, like a pop, like what kind of genre?
Like urban contemporary.
Yeah, urban contemporary like pop music, but we put our own little spin on like songs that aren't like that like right now, and that's the fact that we're able to do that.
It's because we listen to a bunch of different music.
Yeah, it's because of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk a bit about the history a little bit. I mean, because some folks we got a couple of minutes left, but we'll touch on it, and then we'll go to a break, and then we'll be back. But Alphonso, you've had some rather large success in your young life.
Yeah.
And why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Well, the first huge success that I've reached, I was 8 years old, and no, I wasn't 8. I was 10, and I got casted in The Lion King on Broadway,
Little Simba,
in New York. So yeah, that was like the first time that, you know, I could walk out the house and no longer be like called by my name anymore. It was always Simba, 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 Simba. What's up, Simba, Simba? It's the Lion King. This the Lion King. You know, but that was great. I was on Broadway for 2 years, and it was an amazing experience. And it was a job, but like it almost didn't feel like work. It almost got to feel like, you know, you get to go, you get to put on this performance, an iconic performance at that, because everyone knows. Like you can say, "Oh, I'm in The Lion King on Broadway," and everyone's gonna know exactly what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So being a part of that was an amazing experience. Even going back sometimes, like I can still go there and they'll be like, "Oh, Alphonso, you miss you so much," like, you know. But yeah, and then so after that, I started doing a lot of General Mills commercials, voiceover acting, Lucky Charms, tricks, and that was a cool experience as well because I always wanted to do that. Mm-hmm. Acting in front of the camera was always an idea for me, and eventually I got there, but like the voice acting always was something to me, like being behind the microphone, getting able to make a character and then voice that character, and then to have the like I guess the anonymous quality, like, oh my god, like that character is so cool. Then you get to find out, like, yeah, I did that, you know. I like doing that for a little bit, and then I just recently did Roxanne, which is still on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And I had a small role in that movie, and that was the ultimate experience because I seen what it was like to be on a set, like a movie set, and being around directors, and there's like the producers and everyone, and then being that it was a biopic, the actual Roxanne Shante was there, and she's like she was giving notes to the girl who's playing her, and she's trying to make sure that everything is right, make sure everything is good, make sure everything's perfect. And then being around the other actors who are like my contemporaries, you know, and we're all just trying to come together and make this one great movie. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of things I want you to help me remember after the break about Roxanne Shante.
Okay.
But you're listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. I've got Alphonso and Vont in the studio, and we're talking a little bit about who they are, their relationship, their friendship, etc. And you're listening and watching the Trenton 365 show, and we'll be back after a short break.
Results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, payroll taxes, or have not filed your returns, the IRS will get you. They can take your property, take you to court, even put you in jail. One call to Wall & Associates and your tax problems are solved. Wall has saved clients over $150 million. Many clients settle for a fraction of what is owed. With one call to Wall, you'll never need to talk to the IRS again. We offer free face-to-face consultations in your local area. Remember, Wall has a proven track record with total client savings over $150 million. Call now for your free face-to-face consultation. 800-528-0695. That's 800-528-0695. 800-528-0695. 800-528-0695.
Show. I've got Alphonso and Vont, and we're going to be talking a bit more about their social media presence. But we've been talking about their friendship and a little bit off camera, which is pretty awesome. I was sharing about their friendship and about how genuine their friendship is, and encouraging them to keep that going, because there's a lot of men who don't have that opportunity. And let me back up. Males oftentimes don't keep that relationship together as they progress and to get older. And I was saying how, like, I'm fortunate enough to have, friends who I've had for 40 years, and some that I'm just as tight with who I haven't been, friends with for that long. But it's important, I think, for people to have relationships with the same gender. And I'm encouraging you to keep up your friendship. If anything comes up, fight through it, and just use this as an opportunity to really galvanize who you are, because it's going to make society better. I mean, that saying, iron sharpeneth iron, that's what the two of you are going to be doing to each other.
Always.
So good, awesome. And now you can see why like I'm stoked about Vont being my intern and meeting Alphonso and seeing the development of Cornbread. Yeah, that's it, man. And I want you to elaborate on that. Just good people. Go ahead, elaborate on that, please.
I mean, I try to be a good person, spread positive vibes, positive energy, like no matter where I go. And honestly, I got that from my cousin, because he is like the epitome of positivity. Sometimes to a fault. Like sometimes there's bad things. He like, bro, like that's bad. Like this situation is terrible. But he'll always find a way to find like the silver lining in the situation. So I try to get that from him and try to push it to other people, because like if that's the type of life that you want to live, you got to be able to put your energy over anything that comes your way. So I just try to spread the love and positivity.
Right. Yeah. I'm a person that like I don't see the negative, but like I prepare myself for the negative. I don't always say I don't think that's necessarily the best thing to do in certain scenarios, but I have like not just Alphonso, but like the other guys in Cornbread or my girlfriend or just other people, like they always like try to like see the positive stuff. Alphonso's been here with me through a lot, so
a lot of bad.
And it's like just they see like the brighter side of things, and I look at them like, why are you so positive? Like, because you're not gonna get anywhere looking at the negative. So I try to live by like, just stay looking at the positive. Like, be prepared for the negative, but just keep just be happy.
The worst can't kill you.
Yeah, there's no reason to like be upset. And then once you do that and start to live by that, then and spread it amongst other people, it's like a ripple effect, and that's what's important.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. So You guys read through a bunch of different things. I mean, that you're both individually doing. I know you're going back to school and you're starting school. I mean, you're leaving for college and then you're going back to high school. What's going on with Cornbread? Are we going to be able to see Cornbread perform live? Are you going to be in town on breaks? I mean, what's going on with Cornbread?
All right.
I'm going to let you handle that one.
Yeah, so Cornbread is currently on, I guess you could say, hiatus.
That's a good word.
Because... so last year, Alphonso left for college, and we got a fill-in she plays keys. Shout out to Weimar. She plays keys and she sings. We did that, and then one of the other members. They just graduated. 2 members under Alphonso. They're about to go to college. Lionel and Kadir. We were preparing for them to leave. So like, what happens next year when they leave? So the girl Weimar plays keys. She sings, and then we've got another bass player, which what Lionel plays. But as of this year, earlier this year, like Procro Festival, that was one of, I guess, we knew everything was going to start coming down to an end because a lot of us have, I'm not going to say higher priorities because Cornbread, like, despite whatever happened, we're all proud of Cornbread, like, equal, I hope equally.
Yeah.
And is it something that we all want to do for the rest of our lives? I don't know. Like, I know that we're, aside from Cornbread being a band, we're all still friends. That's what I feel is most
That's
important.
what never changed.
Stuff just got in the way.
Honestly.
Yeah, like people going to school, nothing like more or less important, just a lot of stuff got in the way, and I thank God for Cornbread. I thank God for the friendship that I have with the 5 guys and Weimar, and
but that doesn't mean we'll never play music together.
I could play them. I'm gotta go with
because at the
Lionel
end of the day,
more.
Music is what started it all, and we all still make music. We all still play music. Like, music gonna bring it back together. Simple as that. If in the future, hopefully, we come back together and do so, like, most definitely, like that. There's like a feeling that I get whenever we do corner. There was a feeling like I was like missing when you left, and then you came back, and it was like all 7 of us together. It was like wow, like this is it. I don't know. It's just like it's a fulfilling feeling doing that, and yeah.
You know, before the break, Alphonso, you were talking about Roxanne. The movie based upon Roxanne Shante. And I wanted to bring this up. So when Roxanne Shante, first came onto the scene, in the 80s, I mean, her song, was on the radio, easily twice an hour.
She had a hit.
You were in a song. Oh, yeah, she had more than a hit. She had an iconic, culturally changing song. I wanted to talk about Roxanne Shante mainly because of her business acumen. And if I'm not, make sure that I have this correct, her deal was for her to get a college education off of her record deal, not to get, royalties or anything else. It was really to help her develop and move along. If you know anything about that, chime in about that. And then I want you to both chime in about that kind of acumen, that kind of like thought process when you're going to a corporation, designing something that's going to be important for you.
I mean, honestly, you was the first person to tell me that. Okay. So that's pretty cool to know that. I don't know if they still do that. Do they still? If they still gave out record deals with college tuition compensation,
it's a contract. It's all about how you worked it out.
That kind of sounds cool to me, to be honest with you. Because usually you see people, they get a record deal and then they have to choose whether they want to continue with music or whether they want to continue with school, or try to manage both at the same time. But the record label really doesn't. You never really hear about the record label supporting the artists through school as they continue to put out music.
That's like the norm of it.
So like you never really hear about that. So if that was to become a thing again, and there would be more artists that were like college students as well as recorded artists, and the recorded companies could help the artists with the school and tuition, That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would actually be interested in being part of that.
So I'm sure
Sign me
somebody's going to send me an email or text message me or something and break it down. But I'm almost positive it was Roxanne Shante who had negotiated in her record deal that the label would pay for her college.
Sign me up.
And I think that lends to something about where we are now, like intellectual property, the importance of having a lawyer who's going to truly represent you, individually. And so you both think that's a pretty good idea.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, what? Like you, I could live my dreams being a recorded artist at the same time as getting my college tuition paid. Wow.
Yeah. That's
all I gotta do is manage the work. Like I just gotta be able to do all the work.
Because you kind of already doing, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Not the tuition, but like you already putting out your own stuff. Because,
I just gotta be able to like handle the grind. And that's not nothing but like mine. I got all this stuff being handed to me. All I have to do is be the person who's the workforce behind it.
Balance it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
So what I want to say, folks, I think we got two young men here who are going to be looking for those kinds of deals. If you're someone, a record label, or if you're an organization that's looking for some sharp young men who are looking to do some major things in the very near future, and as a corporation or as a lawyer, you're sharp enough to know that you're dealing with some sharp young people. Yeah. I'd say get in touch with Alphonso or Vont and figure out if you can work something out together. So let's transition a little bit, and I'm going to talk about Vont, about you as an intern. Mm-hmm. And over breakfast at Pat's Diner, one of my spots, we were talking about some of the things. Yeah, yours too. That's right. You were there with the whole family.
Shout out to Pat's Diner.
Yeah, shout out to Pat's. Yep. And you were talking about some of the things that you'd like to do. Some of the segments on the Trenton 365 show, and some things with videography and etc. Why don't you just share a little bit about that?
Well, the past couple years, I grew a love for like talk shows. I grew a love for like Jimmy Fallon or Conan O'Brien or Kelly Ripa and Michael Strahan, Ryan Seacrest, stuff like that. And so like I grew up wanting to like do that type of stuff, like to have not just interviews but like have conversation, or like Larry Wilmore like sits there and like starts a conversation. And then I came here with you last week, and then I watched you basically do that, just not visual. And then like I watched you do it with somebody that I've connected with, Sarah Dash, and it was like I enjoy seeing, it's like radio and talk shows and TV is kind of, they go hand in hand, and to see a different side of the spectrum, I got interested in that. And then you told me to like start coming up with ideas for segments, because you're pushing me to say like, even if you think it's a bad idea, just go sit there and do it. So I'm like coming up with brainstorming like what to do, and eventually I hope I'm able to do something like what you do, because that's, I don't know, like that's, you said you want something for me to do, something that people, when they see or hear me do that, they're like, oh, that's Vont's thing. And that's exactly what I want. I've always been a person that wants to entertain and put content out that people love and enjoy, and to have like something that's like stuck with my name, that'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I live by this motto, which is also a Red Hot Chili Peppers song title, which is "Give It Away." Mm-hmm. There's only so much that I can do with what I have. I mean, like even if I was a talented performing artist, they're not cutting record deals for 50-year-old bald men.
Yeah. Unless you like, you got that stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But how rare is that? The movement is youth. And I understand that, and I recognize that. And it's the same thing for everything else. So it's important for us, no matter where we are as human beings, for us to always think about who came before us, who helped us get to where we are, who's walking with us in the situation where we currently are, and how you can make an impact and provide a way for the next generation.
That's what it's all about.
Dig it, bro. And that's one of the things that I'm super excited about meeting both of you, and you being my intern, is that, man, look, I want you to design something that's transformative. I want you to feel as though I got the maximum out of the opportunity. And that's something that I know for a long time, myself and others of my age, we didn't have those choices and opportunities. If someone in your family didn't give you a shot, chances are you just didn't get a shot.
Yeah, right.
So I'm stoked about both of you. I'm excited about what you both have done, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do in the future. And just know that you've got my support. We're going to be finishing up right now. Can you both share your contact information, your social media, so people can reach out to you, and then we'll sign off.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I went first.
All right, yeah. So, like I said, you can follow me on Instagram at TKP Nook. That's spelled TKPNOOK.
And my YouTube is my YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram are my name, Vont Leak, VONTLEAK.
Awesome. So, first of all, thank you both for coming back in. Folks, you'll see Vont on a pretty regular basis, especially when he gets the parameters up for the segment that he's going to do. We're going to try to do this at least a minimum of once a week, or once a month, rather. He'll be taking over a segment of the Trenton 365 show. And again, thank you both very much.
Thank you for having us.
So, folks, this is what this is all about. We've got these wonderful opportunities every single day in our lives to make an impact. Not only an impact in our lives, but an impact in other people's lives and on other people's lives. And I just want you to be encouraged and know that, yeah, there are people who are listening, there are people who are watching, there are people who are seeing different things. Take those opportunities to do the best that you can, to be the best that you can. You've been listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. Segment 1 is over, and we'll be back after a short break.
Anybody here who late at midnight shed bright and tears? Oh, because you didn't have anyone to help you along the way. Oh, Lord. Now, if there is anybody here, let me tell you just what I've done. Now, I asked Jesus to be a fence around me and protect me every day. I told him, oh, Jesus, be a fence around. Oh, Jesus, protect me as I travel on my way. Sometimes it will hurt you to your heart to see your loved one depart. Oh, because death is no stranger to anyone. No, no. But just as long as you stay in the fold, you never have to worry when death knocks on your door. Just as Jesus to be a fence around you, and you never have to worry anymore. And oh, Jesus, be a fence around, yeah. And oh, Jesus, protect me, yeah. As I travel along my way. Oh, Jesus, be a fence around me, yeah. Around me every day. And oh, Jesus, will you please protect me, yeah.
up. You're saying, hold up. She doesn't look like Jacques. She doesn't sound like Jacques. No, I'm Vini, and I'm doing part 2. You're listening to Trenton 365 on WIMG, or you're watching on WPHY, and I want to continue this conversation with these 2 amazing young men. One I've known forever, and I am like floored right now, Alphonso, of all the things that you're doing.
Thank you.
That you're about to go to college for the 2nd year.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. This is not real.
It's been a minute, yeah.
Like, you're my little Lion King.
Little Simba.
Right. Little Simba. And now you're like grown Simba. Like, I don't understand.
I still got some years.
You still,
Yeah. Nah, yeah, it's been a minute since I've been here. But it's glad to be back. I'm glad to be back.
And then I still play Swag's Christmas.
Really?
Yes, I do.
On the station?
On the station. I still play Christmas Time. I still play that song.
That album was iconic.
Yes.
We worked so hard on that. We was kids. But we worked so hard on that.
Mama Bear was not a joke. That was your mom.
Mama Jerry. Still is Mama Jerry.
I love her. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to get over the shockness of the fact that...
It's okay.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Don't do this no more.
Yeah, I turned 20 in December.
For real?
I'm so serious.
She like swooning on you, dog.
This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Vont, how old are you?
I just turned 17 on Sunday.
This is not acceptable. I want y'all to stop. Okay, this growing up is not for me. Okay, I'm excited though of the things that you guys are doing. We talked about Simba with you, and then Swag. Give people a little bit of an update on the things that everybody have going on. Your sister graduated with a 3.9.
Art Institute of Philadelphia, graphic design.
See that?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Then you have some in New York dancing with Keke Palmer.
Oh, yeah, K. Raj.
Right.
Oh, with K. Raj. He doing it big in New York City right now.
Isn't that
I'm so
something?
proud of him. So proud of him.
Me too.
You know what I mean? We barely talk, but like it's no beef. It's not like we don't have love for each other. Like it's just that we are all
growing up.
We are all grown up and we're all doing such amazing things. But that's why we have social media. Like Instagram, you get to see what everybody's up to. Everybody's still doing good. Everybody's still healthy, still smiling, still have life. Like, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. How long have you two been friends?
2 years.
3 years.
3 years. No, 3 years. Actually, 3 years. Yeah.
What brought you two together?
Music.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, music.
Yeah, we met at school, but it was the music. Yeah.
The school orchestra.
Really? What school?
Trenton.
Say it again.
Trenton
TCHS. MOP.
That's right. Percussion. You gotta say that.
Oh yeah. No, that's really the first time I met Devontae, because like, this was band camp my junior year, I think. Right before my junior year.
Oh my God.
Like little young Devontae show up and couldn't even make it past
I was there for like 10
workouts.
Minutes. I was there for like 10
couldn't
minutes.
even make it past the workouts.
It was my freshman year. I was there for like 15 minutes. I ran to the wall and back. I threw up and
couldn't
left.
even make it past the workouts. I remember I came back outside. I'm like, where the little guy go? He's like,
what you used to call me?
He left. Denzel.
Where Denzel go?
Where Denzel go? It's like, he's going. Like he didn't make it. He got sick. I'm like, what?
And then
he couldn't make it past the workouts. He didn't pick up the drum.
Wow.
But yeah,
a couple years.
Yeah, a couple years later, then we met again in the orchestra. Mm-hmm. He was being a drummer in the orchestra. And it took me a minute to connect that he was the kid from back then, but so like he got a clean slate. I didn't remember until a little bit later.
I cleaned all that off.
Yeah. That is wonderful. Let's talk about Trenton Central High School, because we hear a lot of things, and I am from Trenton Central High School, back when the cheerleaders really had deep voices, so you could hear them on the other side. You know, they was right with that, right? Yes. You want the high, you got the high.
Yeah.
I have great, right, say it again. You don't forget this. Yes. When you go to Trenton High, there's just things you don't forget.
You don't forget.
As a Trentonian, as a tornado, you do not forget them. Tell them some of your most memorable parts, both of you, about being a Trenton High student.
I'm gonna let you go first. You still go there.
I think, like I said in segment 1, I'm the president of our school's orchestra now, and I came like to the orchestra from like a canopy. Like I had music class, and then I was just like, do you have any, like, he was having me on the violin. Joseph Pucciato, director, shout out Pooch. And then like I worked my way up as the vice president, then president, and then I'm about to be the editor-in-chief of the school yearbook. I'm in the marching band, and I just like the friendships. A lot of people say like the friendships you form in like high school and college, like the friendships that's gonna last forever. And like you said earlier, Jacques is with his wife he met in high school, so like that's friendships like that. That's what's important. I've made a band. I've made countless friendships that I do like everyday life with, and that's like I'm proud to say that those people are gonna be in my life like forever.
So let's say this, because there's lots of critics about it. First of all, kudos, you'll be going into a new building in 2019. Prayerfully.
Yeah, prayerfully.
Prayerfully. You get to see it before you graduate. Yeah. But academically, can you say you learned at Trenton Central High School?
Yeah, I've done 2 honors classes for the past 2 years, and then I'm about to do an AP class, and no, in no way, shape, or form am I saying the teachers are like, they're all like grade A teachers, but I've met, like, academically and memories, I've like had some pretty good teachers. I have a teacher who's like a father figure to me, and like, I had him for 2 years in a row, and he's like taught me not just like school but like life lessons. And yeah, I'm proud to say, like I'll be proud to like mention those people like whenever I graduate. Be like, I wouldn't have been without you. Yeah, like guidance counts. Like a lot of people I try to hire.
And it's fun. When I think of my Trenton High days in the 80s, I still smile. Like, it's a lot of fun. Yes. What about you, Alphonso? You, through the whole time you were in school, you've been busy, active, but yet and still your dad say you are kicking butt in college with your grades.
Yeah. When my first semester, I got straight A's. And I didn't think I could do it, but like I kind of made it. It was one of, you know how you make goals and it's like, yeah, I want to do that, but it's like if I don't, like I'll be okay. That was my goal. Like I want to go there. I want to make straight A's, and I want to like kill as soon as I get there. I don't want to have to like warm up into it. Like I just want to go, and I just want to be able to get accustomed to it immediately. And I picked up the pace, picked up my study habits, and I ended up getting straight A's. And it was crazy actually seeing it and then knowing that I did it. I was like, wow, you know. And I called my parents. I was like, I got straight A's. I was telling everybody, I got straight A's. I got straight A's. I got straight A's. Christmas break was lit because everyone who asked me, oh, how was your first semester? How you doing? I'm like, I got straight A's. I got straight A's. I got straight A's. Like for me, and yeah. And everybody was proud of me and stuff, you know. And I followed up the second semester. I'm happy. I can't wait to go back.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back.
Yes. Can you say Trenton High prepared you for that?
Yeah, Trenton High definitely prepared me for that. Because I feel like I didn't start developing like a college level work ethic until like my junior year. And there was one moment where I really realized that like yeah, I got to stop playing around. My teacher, Miss Pachuta, she was my English teacher.
Shout out Miss Pachuta.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Pachuta. I mean, she was like, I didn't know she was like a mom to me at school, but like this moment actually put that in perspective. There was a paper that we had to do, and I was like, you know what, like I don't feel like writing the paper, like I'm just not going to do it and forget it. But I was the only one that didn't do it because I thought other people wasn't going to do it. I was the only one that didn't do it. So I come in class and I sit there and everybody's picking their paper out their bag. And I'm just sitting there, and then she comes over to me and she's like, you have your paper? And I'm like, no. And she's like, Fonzie, Like, Fonzie, why did you like Fonzie? Why did you do your paper like Fonzie? And she was like, I'm very disappointed in you. And then she walks away. And then I was just sitting there like, I'm thinking like, why do I feel so bad right now? Any other teacher tell me I'm very disappointed in you, I'd be like, whatever. Like, I'm still gonna sleep at night. But like in that moment, I was like, wow, like I feel really bad. Like I feel like I feel like I feel her. I feel myself. I feel my friends. They looking at me different. I'm like, what's going on right now? You know. But then I ended up coming back to her, having a conversation with her. She was like, look, you get it to me before the end of the night, I'll still count it the same. Just, you know, you could be more focused, you know. And I did. I followed through. I think I ended up getting an A on that paper as well. And after then, you feel me?
That was it.
We not missing no more papers out here. No more papers, especially in college. It's even worse.
It's worse.
Yeah, it's even worse because you have a syllabus and they really don't want to hear that. Right. Yeah, like if you miss it, they're like,
that's what I keep
getting told. It's on the syllabus. Don't. Yeah, it's on the syllabus.
If it's there, they want to see you and get it done. I will say this, because of you guys, I thought about you, especially the whole group. And I asked the Lord what to do with my life. So now that I've raised all my children, I decided to go back to school.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why I waited till I was 100, but I did.
It's never too late.
What I smiled about was your sister graduating. Now, I knew in her junior year, I saw her and she said she had straight A's. So that was my first year of saying, you know what? If my baby can grow up and do this, I can do it too. So I owe you guys a lot because of my love level and respect for the hard work that y'all put in. I decided to go ahead and do it. So, boom, now you telling me you got straight A's, I got to match you. I cannot allow you to have straight A's and I don't. So, there you have it. Get a B and I'm going to let you know about it because I'm going to still have A's.
Oh, my God.
All right? I will Instagram you.
The pressure.
And say, guess what? I know that's not a B I see.
I'm still keeping up.
All right. So we're about to go to break. Before we go to break, I want you to give all of your information, both of you, on how to get in touch with you. And then I want to think about something. If growing up in the city of Trenton, I want you to give me a fond memory. Okay? So you're going to think about that during the break.
Okay.
But right now, I want Instagram, and if you still do Facebook, because I know that's a little for now people like Jacques' age and mine, but you know, y'all are on Instagram now.
Yeah.
So give that.
My Instagram and Twitter and my YouTube channel are at Vontleak, VONTLEAK.
Oh yeah, my Instagram is at TKPNOOK. That's TKP Nook. Or you could go on my website. I don't know why I forgot this earlier, but it's www.thatkidaj.com.
Thatkidaj.com. So you got to say that man.
Yeah, that's in the works.
Yeah, let's see. How did I not know that?
We're gonna pay for the domain a little bit longer, and then we're gonna, make a switch.
All right. Well, you've been listening to Trenton 365. I am your host for part 2, Vinnie Stansberry, and we will be right back.
The 25th season of Trenton Thunder Baseball is here. Join us for affordable family fun all summer long at Arm & Hammer Park. Tuesday nights are Super Value Tuesdays with $1 hot dogs. Friday nights will feature Pork Roll Fridays as the Thunder become the Thunder Pork Roll. Post-game fireworks follow the game every Thursday and Saturday night throughout the summer. Create a lifetime of memories at the Trenton Thunder. It all starts at TrentonThunder.com.
I'm not much of a dancer. Never have been. Not at weddings, not at concerts, not even when my favorite song is on the radio. But there's something about seeing exactly what I ordered arrive at my facility's door the day after I ordered it. That gets my foot a-tapping. That's why I love Grainger. With 99% of in-stock items shipping the same day they're ordered, they get us what we need when we need it. Which means we keep moving and I keep grooving. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome back to Trenton 365. I am your host, Beanie Stansberry, filling in for Jacques Howard with the second half of Trenton 365. You'll hear him and you'll hear him again next week. Well, across from me is Alphonso Jones. It's amazing to see you all growing and stuff and in college. And a new little one that I will be checking on quite a bit.
I'll be here.
Okay? Vont, I will be checking on you a lot.
I'll be here.
All right.
It's auntie.
Yeah, because we don't play that. I want to see my babies grow up to do well and like swag. They all grew up, and you're doing amazing things. I can't believe she graduated, and then now your uncle.
Oh yeah.
Look at that smile.
I got 2 nieces.
Yes.
Cassidy and Kayla.
And they are beautiful. And I'm liking that because your sister, both of them have always been amazing. But the children from Swag have all grown up to do things that are amazing.
Exactly.
So I'm very proud. I still remember the little video y'all made.
They still up.
Yes, because I still watch them.
They're still on YouTube.
And I love it. Speaking of YouTube, Vont, you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do.
Repeat that information for me.
My YouTube channel, you can go to youtube.com/my name, VONTLEAK. And then, yeah, I promote it on my Instagram and Twitter, which are the same handles, Vont Leak.
And what do you do?
I do a little bit. I just hopped back on after a while. I do a little bit of everything. About, what was it, last week, me, you, and one of the members of Cornbread, we did like a cover of one it was like a medley of his song, 2 of his songs, which you can find on SoundCloud or Spotify. But I go from skits to music to story time. I do just about everything. But yeah,
He really does everything.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but it keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just all over the place. It's like you like the variety.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go like and subscribe to your YouTube.
Yeah, go do that.
Yes. Tell them to subscribe,
Go subscribe,
because
everybody.
they'll pay you after a while.
Yeah. Wait, well, that's not what I do it for, but I'm waiting for that first check.
Yes.
I'm waiting for that first check.
You get enough. You won't get that.
He being modest.
Really? He's that good?
Yeah.
I love
He should get a check right now.
Really?
He work hard.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I've worked harder in the past, but like I'm getting back because I'm doing, like you said, we're doing bigger things now. I just got finished doing a short film with I used the skills from YouTube and video production at school. I did a short film, but I'm still like sticking to my roots on YouTube and stuff. So
video production. I'm smiling, boo. That was my class right there.
I love video production.
Oh my goodness.
I love video production.
When I tell you Trenton High has a lot to offer, people knock it because they like, it's Trenton. They not going. No, that's not true.
That's the problem. Yeah.
That is the problem.
The thing I hate about, because I'm still, like you said, I'm not in the big building. Like, when I've seen pictures when you guys were in the big building, you had like a literal studio. Like, we're limited to our small, like where we went, and I still go. It's like they're like 2 small like churches, but I mean that doesn't stop. I could do a video in here. That doesn't stop me from doing a comedy scare or like a how-to video or what we did. We did the cover. That doesn't. I don't let that stuff stop me.
That's wonderful. Alphonso, again, you have videos up and you are rapping and singing, and how is that?
Nothing's changed. I still do it. But it's like on my own, and I get to write how I feel, and just really make music that's really personal to me. And like Vont said, I upload it on SoundCloud. You can find that same as my Instagram at TKPNOOK. That's TKP Nook. And I love it. I spend every day almost, especially in the summertime since I'm not at school anymore. I spend almost every day in the studio, writing songs, making beats, and ultimately making the music that I love. It's a lot of work, but it doesn't feel like work when every 5 seconds I'm like screaming because I just had a new idea or something. Like, I'm just going crazy because I know I can't wait for people to hear it.
That's the one thing Jacques said about like us having like our own, or being able to do it on our own. Like we were talking about earlier, I was thinking about it earlier, like having an idea and then it actually being able to come to life and you being able to do that, like that, there's nothing more satisfying than that. It's like with your music and with my YouTube, and then like record videos of when we had cornbread performances, and when we did the thing last week, and we put that out, and then that's how people get exposed to us, or doing something like this. Like, there's so many resources like that allow you to do that, and then getting done something like your own idea, there's nothing more like satisfying than seeing like the end product of that.
And especially when you beat your own expectations as well. Like when you're making things for yourself, like you could almost expect like, okay, I know I could do this, I could do that, but when you go beyond what you think you can do, and then you end up like, in my case it would be like when you hear something back and you're like, wow, like I made that, like I created that, like that's crazy. I know everybody gonna go crazy. I went crazy when I made it, so I know everybody gonna go crazy. I know you probably watch your videos back, you probably learn a cool edit or something like that. And you're like, man, look,
I've come a long way.
Yeah,
but yeah,
everybody gonna ask me how I did that. I'm gonna be like, shh.
I love it. I'm smiling because I heard you in radio. So here I am. That's me saying, look at that.
Big Eats radio show, SPU radio at my school. Me and two other of my friends, we do three, yeah. We do a radio show. One of them's not coming back to the school, so it's just gonna be the three of us. And yeah, I'm gonna be working the board next year.
Look at this.
I'm excited. I'm gonna be DJing. Man, look. I can't wait.
You know I'm smiling.
I can't wait.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's my little heart right there. Radio.
We done made her dad.
Yes.
We done made her whole
Your
night.
dad said that. I was like, what?
Yep.
Like my whole life lit up right there.
I'm doing a radio show.
I'm very proud of that. Y'all talk about things that you're doing and inspirations. Just recently, someone from the Trenton area was nominated for an Emmy for Justin Timberlake's halftime show. Adam Blackstone. Adam Blackstone was nominated for an Emmy.
That's crazy.
What do that mean to you right now?
Really, anything is possible.
Yes.
Trenton is not hidden from the world. We just have to show more people what we have, and that comes with support from our own. That comes with support from our own, because you see Adam Blackstone, a lot of people know him, a lot of people in the city know him, and he has the support of the city, and that's the reason why, you know, he's at the height that he's at right now. And he's been doing this for a while, but like he's finally getting the recognition that he really, really, really deserves. And I love it, especially as a fellow musician. I love it.
Right. So you said that means the skies are the limit.
Yeah.
And I believe in going beyond the sky. There's things past the clouds, and we just got to reach for it. There's no limitation. So I'm very, very proud of Adam. I put it on our Facebook page and our Twitter page because that's big. And we often say Trenton makes, the world takes. Right. And I feel that way with you too. Give me real quick a fond memory of Trenton.
I feel like a fond memory of Trenton to me was when I was growing up, and I would go see the fireworks at Waterfront Park on the 4th of July. That's like the most Trenton thing I could think of.
I love that. And it happens every 4th of July.
Every year. Yeah. Now I really don't go because there's a lot of kids and stuff.
Right.
Like, I can still hear it. I know it's there.
What about you?
I can't pinpoint an exact memory. I just know because I lived in Trenton most of my life, but I didn't live here for a portion of time. But I have a lot of family that lives here, and I think like every time I used to come home and like see my family and do things like ride past the Trenton Makes Bridge and see that lit up. Well, now it's lit up at night, or like he said, the fireworks, or just like things that, like Art All Night or National, like things like that.
Art All Night too.
Yeah, seeing that type of stuff like made me feel like at home when it wasn't home.
National Night Out. I love it. Well, we are going to end this, and I'm going to tell you what makes me proud to see young men like Adam, like you, go out and do great. I am a mother of 3 sons, and I believe that our young men ought to be protected through prayer and love and support. So as forever, I will support you guys forever.
Thank you.
Swag to you being grown, to me just meeting you, and you're going to feel like she done got on my last nerve because she asking me, what's them grades? What's going on?
Nah, I won't let you down.
And you better not, because I believe in beating the kids.
You're auntie now.
All right.
You're auntie now.
This has been Trenton 365. I was your host for the second part, Beanie Stansberry. You're watching on WPHY and listening on WIMG. Have a blessed night.